Hello and welcome to the very first episode of WANL TV, a brand new initiative from Netball WA this year, set to showcase the latest news, views and highlights from the 2016 Smarter Than Smoking West Australian Netball League. Our special guests on week one are the captains from last year's grand finals, Maddi from the Perth Lions, Jess Eales from the West Coast Warriors. Maddi, we'll start with yourself. It's been a certainly long off-season. How has the team, I suppose, celebrated last year's victory?
Well, it was a big celebration, that's for sure. It had been a long time coming. I think it was like our third time in the grand final. So it was definitely fun that night and for a few weeks after. The off-season, it has been longer this year with the changing of the start of the season. So it's been good, like rested up a few girls, fixed a few injuries that were hanging around in 2015 and ready to go for 2016 to get back out there really soon.
Jess, same amount of time for yourself, but I suppose for the Warriors it's been about trying to swallow that defeat of last year and now focusing on going one better in 2016.
Yeah, so it was pretty disappointed losing the grand final, but it's just about coming back out in 2016 and just wanting it more and training harder and just wanting that premiership.
Have you had a new direction in the pre-season, maybe changing a few things up to ensure you can take that extra step and try and be the champions this year?
No, not really. We've obviously had the longer break, which has helped many of the maybe older athletes. I won't mention names. But yeah, we've just got straight into our running. We've probably concentrated a little bit more on our conditioning program, and then we've just been in the court for the last 2 weeks, so nothing hugely different.
And how about yourself, Maddi, in terms of making sure that hunger is within your squad to back up last year's victory? Have you made any changes in the pre-season from the coaching down in terms of ensuring that you can keep that motivation in the squad?
Definitely. This year we started off a slightly different pre-season to one that we've had in the past. We got someone in from APA to actually run our sessions for us, which is really good for the girls. We actually sort of stayed away from a lot of the injuries we usually have during the pre-season. And it's just about getting back together, reshaping, refocusing and ready to smash it for game one.
Any major gains or losses in the squad from last year's successful team?
A few. There's a few of our lovely olden goldies who have hung up the netball shoes. A couple of girls moved over east as well, just to change things up for uni. We've had a few who wanted to start more of a family, so that was good for them. But we've got a lot of good girls coming in, a lot of new fresh blood into Lions who are really ready to go, so it should be good.
And how about yourself, Jess? A few new faces in the Warriors squad, including possibly some inside knowledge.
Not hugely different. We've got a pretty stable squad from last year, which is good. We can build on what we've learnt in the last year. We do have a couple of South Australian athletes who have come over and joined our team, and also one from the Lions team as well, which will be interesting first game.
And just finally, just what excites you most about the 2016 competition, and who do you think, outside of obviously last year's opponents in the grand final, will be your biggest competition?
Yeah, well, we can't wait to get started in 2016. You know, just the challenge of first round coming up against Lions. We're all just can't wait to get out there. This year, I believe that we're probably the biggest threat in the competition. But I think Demons and Lions will definitely be close behind us.
Same for yourself, Jess. Well, what is it that you look forward to this year? Obviously, the big grand final rematch in round one is going to be an absolute blockbuster, but an exciting year for not just the Lions, but the entire competition.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be really good. I mean, second year in the State Netball Centre. It's really awesome to have this here in WA, so excited to get out there.
There we have it, folks. Our first two guests on WANL TV, last year's grand final captains Maddi and Jess Eales. Time now to take a look at the opening round of fixtures in the league division, with all three games set to get underway at 20 minutes past 3 on Saturday afternoon at the State Netball Centre. On court one, an absolute blockbuster. A rematch of the 2015 grand final between the Perth Lions and the West Coast Warriors. Of course, the last time these two sides met, the Lions securing last year's premiership with a 5-goal victory. For the Warriors, though, their second year under coach Carly Guardigan, they'll be looking to continue that momentum into this year's campaign and go one better. And a massive in for the Warriors this weekend. The reigning Jill McIntosh medalist Andrea Gilmore will play, having starred for the West Coast Fever in the opening few rounds of the ANZ Championship as a replacement player. So that shapes as a cracking game on court one between the Lions and the Warriors. On court two, the Coastal Sharks taking on the Rangers. Well, for the Rangers, they're looking for a marked improvement on last year's campaign. They have come back fitter, faster and stronger than ever before in 2016 following a gruelling pre-season campaign, a complete overhaul of the playing and coaching staff and a massive in Paige Doy, formerly of Demons fame, has joined the Rangers for 216, a big in for them. While for the Coastal Sharks, well, what a formidable lineup they have this year. 5 WA state team representatives in their squad, including Olivia Lewis, who just last week was named the most valuable player of the 17 and under age group at the National Netball Championships played at the State Netball Centre. Coastal Sharks are a real threat to this year's competition. That game on Court 2 between themselves and the Rangers. Rounding us out in the League Division on Court 3, it's the Wheatbelt Flames up against the South East Demons. The Flames, they missed last year's final series by the barest of margins. They will, of course, be looking to go one better in 2016. While for the Demons, a couple of big bits of news this week. Ashley Neal returns to the court, having missed the entire season last year. And a milestone, a wonderful milestone this weekend. Amber Harvey joins an illustrious club. She plays her 200th league game this weekend, so best of luck to Amber. Taking a look at the reserves round of fixtures this weekend, all getting underway at 1:40pm at the State Netball Centre on Saturday afternoon. On Court 1, it's the Lions up against the Warriors. Court 2, the Rangers up against the Jets. And on Court 3, the Sharks up against the Demons. While in the 18 and under age group, all getting underway at midday, again at the State Netball Centre on Saturday afternoon. Court 1, the Lions up against the Warriors. Court 2, the Rangers facing the Jets. And on Court 3, it is the Sharks up against the Demons. That's all we have time for on this very first episode of WANL TV. We look forward to bringing you the latest news, views and results right across the 2016 Smarter Than Smoking West Australian Netball League season. For now, best of luck to all our players, coaches, umpires, officials and volunteers across the opening round.